Hi everyone, I hope you are all doing well and welcome to another video of MasterCAM, the complete course. So we have already started the module number 2, which is all about the 2D design and toolpath. And we have discussed the first topic, which is all about the creating 2D sketches and geometry. So today we are going to start a new topic, which is Introduction to Toolpath and Chaining Manager. So let's get started. So here I have opened a MasterCAM Design 2023 version, and before getting into let's make some 2D geometries for our next to this topic. So let's get started by going to wireframe and make some 2D geometries. So for that I'm going to select some rectangle here. I will click on the rectangle. Just click on the anchor to center. This tool helps you to make the rectangle at the center of the origin. So here we have the work area and we have selected the top plane, and this is the origin. This is the center point where it's going to be have a rectangle. So let's make a rectangle and make it to center of the origin. With cancel rectangle center, and I'm going to drag it and give some dimensions over here. Let me make the width is 300 millimeters and the height is 200 millimeters. So we get in a height 200 and width it's 300. It's a 2D sketch, so make sure that the 2D sketch do not have any thickness. So it have only two dimensions, the length or width or height. Okay, so the 2D sketches don't have any thicknesses. So now what we are going to do is I'm going to give some dimensions. I want to show some dimensions over here. So I'm going to go to draft. And for draft, I'm going to select a smart dimension tool. Just click smart dimension, select this line. And we got it. Here we got the 200. And let's make this over here. So that's it. I'm going to make some more dimensions or make some more lines and 2D geometries. I'm going to make some circle at the center and give him diameter of 80 millimeter. It's okay. And some splines, or let me make this spline over here, then here, like that. So this is how I going to use different 2D tools to make 2D sketch. So on wireframe tab you have 2D tools to make 2D sketches: line, circle, 3-point arcs, two arc tangents, circles, polar arcs, spline, blended spline from the curves, automatic, and convert into nubs for the surfacing purpose. And we have some rectangles here, polygons, ellipses, helix, and spiral also. Okay. So let me make some fillet over here, and I'm going to select fillet command and give fillet to this point. Okay, so we got a 5 millimeter. Let me make it to 10 millimeter fillet. Okay, and this point also going to make 10 millimeter and give some chamfer on this side. So it's a 5 millimeter chamfer, and it's at an angle of 45 degrees, and you can make it change some other methods like two distances or distance with the angle and width. So we have multiple options. like I'm going to make 10 millimeters or 15 millimeter on the one side, and the other side is 5 millimeters from this side. Okay, so here the angle doesn't meet. Okay, so if you want have a distance and angle, you can select that 15 millimeter is the distance from this side to this side, and the angle is 45 degree. I'm going to make it more, so we'll have the angle like this. Okay, so this is how we can perform chamfer and fillets on the corners, and we have different methods over here. Like, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply a chamfer at one distance. So here I'm going to give the 20 millimeter distance, or make it more distance. So 35 millimeter, that's okay. And you have seen that the dimensions, Smart Dimension tool has applied on the line, and we got to 255. We have the 300 millimeter total distance, but now it's 255 from this point to the other point. And let me make the another like here. So I'm going to selected the center point and automatically select the other line and make the chamfer at this corner. That's it. So we have created a 2D geometry, and now what we are going to do is we are going to study the chaining manager. So what does chain manager do? Chain manager is a selection method before we are going to apply a tool path. So once we have selected the machine, let me show you. We have the machine tab over here, and this part is the milling part. As you see that we have selected millings. So if you select milling and you are going to mill this 2D sketch, you have to select the mill. And once you have selected the mill, you have different 2D toolpath shown over here. So we have 2D toolpath, 3D toolpath tab, and multi-axis tab, and some stalks and utilities, and analyze the toolpath. So this is what we have, the 2D sketch. And what we are going to do is we are going to apply 2D toolpaths. So once I am going to expand this gallery, you have 2D strategies over here. So we have 2D contour, 2D drilling, dynamic milling, face milling, and dynamic contour. If you are going to make some pocket over here, we're going to select this pocket, pin milling, area mill, blend mill, slot mill, chamfer or model chamfer, engraving toolpath, and feature-based milling option here, and swept 2D and swept 3D, revolved, lofted, ruled. So we have a lot of milling strategies here, and all these strategies are 2D strategies. Okay. So we have a 2D sketch over here, and we are going to apply the 2D toolpath on this area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some pocket at the center. We're going to make in a fold. So what we're going to do is I'm going to select this pocket feature, and we got a chaining manager here. So the chaining manager is an option to select your 2D sketches, because we have a 2D sketch over here. So for selecting the desired area or desired sketch for the machining operation, you have need to start from the chaining manager. So here we have the chain manager. We have the 2D wireframe selected by default, and we have the 3D solid manager. Because we don't have any 3D sketch over here, so therefore this 3D toolpath manager will not be applicable to this sketch. Okay, let me make this no, and going to start again pocket. Then we got the chaining manager over here. So the selection method is wireframe. First thing first, if you are going to select any entity or any toolkit, so we have the construction plane and we have the wireframe method. So then the next thing is the construction plane. If you have the construction plane right here and we're going to select the construction plane, then just click on the construction plane. And if you have a 3D object over here and you are going to select the part using the 3D, then you're going to select 3D. Okay, but by default we use the 3D option. Then there is a selection method over here. So first thing is the chain method. So actually chain automatically select all the closed objects which are joined with each other like that. For example, this is all these entities are joined with each other. So therefore it will automatically make a chain on it and select all these entities. For that, you just need to click on it. Here, as you see that the arrow indicates that it selected all these entities which are joined with each other. Okay, so this is what we select the chain. Now for the selection cancel, I'm going to unselect this and going to show you the other option, which is the partial option. So what partial option would do is I'm going to select single by single, okay? Like this, this, and this. So these entities are joined with each other, so you can select partially and make the selection partial. So this is how a partial selection method works. The other, by click on this icon, you're going to unselect it. Okay. The next thing is a window, and if you are going to select through a window option, just like drag and select just common like this. I'm going to select all these entities. So it will have to select by using the drag option. For example, this option, it will select all these option entities. And if you have the polygonal method, you can select by using the polygonal method. For example, in this, I'm going to make a polygon and can select like that. Okay. So this is how we did select the method. Then there is a point option. You can select the point option and it will automatically select the points when you have. So this method applies only on the circles and arcs. For example, this point I have, so it will automatically select this point. So if you want to select any point, then you can select this option. So I'm going to cancel it and to select the point chain 1. Okay. So let's with so the next thing is the area. You can select the closed boundary area. So click inside closed area to select the boundary. Like I'm going to select and just click on this closed boundary area, and it will automatically select the boundaries, closed boundary. The other option, we have the single line. Just click on this line, this line, this line. You can select a single entity by using the single line selection method. And the other thing is a vector. If you have a similar vector, you can select it by clicking on this. So don't have any vector option like or that in this. So it will automatically select this vector. So this are the options by default we select, and by default I'm going to select chain manager because I'm going to chain this circle. So just click on this circle to me. So we have got this selection, and what we are going to is going to make a pocket over here. So we have strategy open, which is a 2D toolpath pocket strategy, and here we have the this 2D pocket tools we have. So we can select the tools, we can select the folder, we have the cutting parameters over here. And this is all, we have the features we have to apply on this 2D geometry. So either you are going to perform the roughing or the method, cutting method or cutting strategies like a zigzag, constant overload, a spiral way to cut, and the true spiral way to cut, or morph spiral way, or one-way cutting. All these things are the tools or entry position, how the cutting tool is going to be entered. Let me show you that we're going to make a pocket. So I just click on the pocket. We have the chain geometry selected, and what we need to is the tool. So let's go and select some tool. Let's move filter. I will show you. I'm going to select the end mill and go to select library, go to select a 10 millimeter flat end mill, and what is the speed? I'm going to make 10,000. By default, I'm going to make just give you an example how this toolpath strategy works. And all these parameters are random parameters, and by default parameters, I'm not going to change all these stuff. So cutting method is the constant overload method. Entry, I'm going to just off the entry. I don't want any finish, just lead and now or turn off. Now, how about the depth of cut? Let me make it depth of cut is well, make it 0.5 millimeter depth of cut, and make the tool position down, and the linking some parameters 25 millimeter, thickness is 2.0, top and stock, and make the depth minus 10 millimeters, and just click OK to show you how it looks like. So this is how the cutting tool path is created, and how the cutting tool will be work by using the 2D toolpath strategy. So let me show you how it will work like, and we'll make it slow speed, and this is how the cutting tool works. Okay, in a spiral way or in a constant spiral method cutting, and it will go from 0 to minus 10 millimeter downward direction. So I just show you how we can select the geometry by using the chaining manager tool. And what we have, the 2D toolpaths, we have different 2D toolpaths over here. So in this video, we are going to discuss only the pocket area. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss all these toolpaths, because we are going to discuss all these toolpaths in incoming videos, and we'll discuss all these toolpaths in depth. Okay, so just giving an overview of all these toolpaths. Like make another pocket area. You can get this all these tools by clicking on feature manager or toolpath manager area, and right click and go to mill toolpaths, and we have the 2D, all these. So all these selected or shown toolpaths are the 2D toolpaths. Okay, and after this separator, we have the 3D toolpaths or multi-axis toolpath, and this we have the feature-based drilling and feature-based milling option. So let's make another pocket, and what we have, the chaining manager. Let's select this chain, click OK, and we have the tool selected already, and let me make this depth minus 3.0. Okay, So it will make the tool path on this area. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another tool path which is outside this boundary. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to mill tool path, select the contour, select the chain. I'm going to select by single. Let's click this point, this line, this entity, and this entity, this entity, this entity. That's it. Okay. Click OK. And what I'm going to do is I have already selected the tool. Just by default, make the contour on the contour or like contour type. There is a different options. So I just select randomly the ramp, make the ramp depth 1.0. What will be the depth? The lead entries, linking parameters, make it 2.0. Absolute, like the depth minus 20 millimeters. So this is, you say that the entry is inside the boundary. So I want it outside the boundary. You can do this by going to geometry and you can go to this and make it reverse. Okay. So we have selected single line. So here we have 8 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So this is how the chain manager works. But if you want to make it single, you can just delete that. I'm going to delete all these. And I want to make a new one by clicking right click, add, and select chain. Okay. So this is how it works. Okay. And now click OK. And this is how it makes a single chain. Yes, you see that we have only one chain. But one thing we should know that we want the machining outside the boundary. So what you see over here, we have an arrow direction inwards the boundary. So what we are going to make it, we're going to make this outward. So how it happens, by just click on the chain and right click, change the side. And if we select the chain the side, the direction will be in the opposite direction, the outward direction. And this what makes the cutting path outside the geometry. Just refresh it by clicking on this area, this icon, and it will make the operation outside the boundary. So this is how it works. Let me give you an overview by click on the machine group, and we're going to select all these, go to machine and some verify it. We can verify that whether it's work or not. So do it here and just make it. So this is how the chaining manager works and how the tool path works. So we got the result over here. So this is the actual workpiece shown here, and the machining will be work like that. We'll get a pocket inside the center. We have the circle. We have some spline or a very different profile over here, and then some cutting works outside this profile. So I hope so you understand how to select your geometry using the chaining manager and how to apply any toolpath strategy over here. We'll discuss the 2D toolpaths in detail in the incoming videos. Okay, our upcoming videos. In upcoming videos, we're going to discuss all these tool paths in depth, and how we can apply the tool paths on the 2D sketches or 2D geometries or 2D profiles, whatsoever what we call then. And then we're going to set the depths, like let me show you that in the coming videos here, we're going to discuss the milling depths and cuts, just like what I have done over here. So we have done 10 millimeter or 20 millimeter depth here. So we're going to discuss this in the upcoming videos. Okay, so I hope you understand all the method we have discussed today, and stay tuned, and thank you very much.